So the group landed around Dead Man's Pass, which is in the southwestern part of the map. They are aware that a pirate fleet has kind of followed them from Taldore to Nadorac, and they've had one run-in with the pirates on the beach. After their ship was wrecked, they collected themselves and then found out that the pirates had sent a crew after them to kind of collect any salvage and wreckage and to kind of kill any survivors. The pirates, after a fight with them, the pirates left with your captain Yilson and the first mate Joji, and they have taken them back to their ship. You guys decided to head to the first point of civilization you could find, which was the lighthouse up to the east, which was Dead Man's Pass Lighthouse. Upon arrival, you discovered and became acquainted with a mage by the name of Altadine, who essentially has become your employer for anything regarding the elemental. Where you find elementals, you'd get their rift stones, you bring them back to him, he pays you, and he's kind of helped you get kind of started. And after kind of clearing out a den of elementals, he has probably told you that there are a few towns nearby to kind of try to be your next step. Port Jolstina lies on the other side of the Ivory Jungle, so you guys have decided to move towards Zashi, which is the next closest town to where you are. You guys are currently all still in Altadine's house, and that's where we left off. What would you guys like to do?
We just finished meditating, and Satora.
Yeah, you guys
comes
just
out of
finished
her
a long
meditation,
rest. Yeah.
And she looks down at her hands, and in her hands is a little spectral-looking green chipmunk that's just kind of looking straight up back at her.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm like interacting with my chipmunk. I'm like talking
Yeah.
to it telepathically.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know that everybody who can
Cool.
see me sees that.
Yes, this little kind of, familiar-like creature has appeared and is kind of interacting with Satora, and she kind of is ignoring everybody else.
I am enthralled with it. I am absolutely fucking head over heels. This adorable little chipmunk. And then you just hear me yell out, Chiipi. And Chiipi is
Chiipi.
the chipmunk's name.
Perfect. Cool. Is anyone doing anything else?
Yep.
Appo's gonna be basically sort of just sharpening his sword and checking his weapons and whatnot to make sure they're not broken or anything like that, since we just came back from a fight.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
18.
Yeah, your weapons are, a little dirty, but other than that, they're not in too bad shape. You're able to kind of clean them and oil them, and everything looks good.
If he rolled a 1, would he have destroyed his weapons?
Maybe.
Broke his sword.
Thanks for the idea.
Good job, Joe. Off on the shoulder with it. Loses a hand. Is it nighttime, or did we just wake up from a long rest?
Yeah, we'll say that it's probably sunrise.
And we just sort of got done talking about going to Zashi, correct?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah.
Kaz, are you doing anything?
Kazunui is tuning his instrument outside. And he's
Okay.
kind of like experimenting with new sounds, seeing what he can do. And he makes this incredible sound that the party can all hear from inside. It's like this loud, thundrous, like...
It pierces
unworldly
through the wards.
Yeah, it's like unworldly sound, like something you've never heard. And I guess someone looks outside to see what the noise is, and Kazunui just poofs into a cloud of pollen and just disappears. All his gear and shit's just laying on the ground.
Well, I'm taking
you're
that.
not really sure what just happened. Just kind of burst into pollen and floated away.
I saw this. I'm interested
Yeah.
because it turned into
I'm gonna
pollen.
take
It's very
Walk
interesting.
outside.
Very interesting.
And,
Joe, you need to send me a new character image.
oh fuck! I haven't done that yet.
All right, do that now while they're expecting your dead body.
Okay. I didn't think that far ahead.
I turn to Satora and just go, "What the fuck just happened?"
I look at him. It looks like. Kind of look back at my chipmunk, and I ask the chipmunk, "Pollen?" And the chipmunk just squeaks.
You hear God echoing from the clouds. The brown note.
Oh no.
I'll look through Kazunui's stuff.
Guess we got pink slip.
See what I see.
Got let go.
You see a crossbow. You see his instrument. You see a small satchel of coins.
You have any
kept on him.
bolts?
Yeah, he had some bolts. Yeah.
Taking all his bolts.
I'll take the
You
coins and
find one bolt.
Really? Kaz, you gotta give me a middle finger as he leaves.
Yeah. He wasn't very well prepared for fighting.
Yeah, I'll take the coins and the instrument.
Okay. Go ahead and add 10 gold. I don't think you spent any money. Did you, Kaz?
No.
Yeah, you find 10 gold coins.
Perfect. And then what instrument did you have?
He had like maracas, like shaking
Oh
nuts.
yeah, I'll take them. And I'll be like, I give him a little shake.
He was outside tuning his maracas.
Goodbye, Kaz. I just give it a little shake.
Yep. He's outside tuning his fucking maracas. Perfect. Do you guys see anything else?
I don't know. Are we ready to go to Zushi?
Yeah, we can have you guys. Joe, I can have your new character come into Zeshi when I introduce Sergio's character too. So.
Perfect.
All right.
So
Yeah.
you'll have a little time to find your pictures. Don't rush.
I just found a pretty good one.
Okay, I mean, I'll have you do it then anyway. It'll make more
But I
sense.
want to do it now.
No.
I look at the bottom of the maracas and I see K's on each of the handles, and I'm just shaking my head. I said he loved these things.
Poor guy.
He's still kind of an asshole.
Poor
though.
guy.
Okay, yeah. So do you guys want to? You guys begin to make your way to Zashi?
So should we follow the
Yes.
road or should we try to make a shortcut?
No, we're taking the road.
Altadine turns to you. He kind of is cued in at this point, and he says, "There is a road that kind of leads towards it, and then it kind of turns into like a path that will take you closer to the cliffside, and wind down towards the salt marshes, rather than take you over towards the ivory jungle. So if you're referring to the map of the Epinfell coast.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he says that the road continues on north, but there is a path that can take you from his place to Zishi.
Is it dangerous?
Mic off.
Not particularly. Not any more dangerous than what you
Mic
guys have
on.
been up to now.
Okay. Then I suggest that we follow the shortcut.
Okay, great.
Across the field, sure.
So you guys leave, and make your way outside, and again, kind of facing back into the humid air as you get away from his cold mage tower. You guys begin to walk your way westward. You follow the kind of beaten path for a while. It's not very well used. It only leads up to the lighthouse, so it's a bit overgrown with kind of grasses and a little bit of brush here and there. You make your way westwards until you see a small fork on the road. Taking the left-hand fork, you wind your way down the cliffside and make your way overlooking this cliffscape that kind of looks down over the jungle that you passed through before and off into the distance. And you can see smoke kind of rising up from the distance as well. And I will so you look down. Here we are here. So from where you are on the bluff, you can see a wooden boardwalk leading through the salt marsh, crossing a few small tributaries, winding its way through the mangrove forest and towards town. The other boardwalk winds its way northwest through the mangrove forest and cutting through the lowland coastal forest towards the more fertile farmland far away from the coastline. The town sits directly on the shoreline between the land and the sea. The gnarled and twisted roots of the mangroves make building anything but boardwalks impossible. The town itself is built entirely upon stilts and is interconnected by boardwalks between the buildings and the docks on the shore. Composed of mainly single-story houses built with wood slats and shingles, the construction in Zeshi is simple and utilitarian. Most of the buildings look to have weathered quite a few storms, and you can see green algae growing on the roofs and sides of some of the buildings. There is a consistency with the buildings: flaked paint, windows facing the ocean to capture the breeze, and large porches. It seems like this town lies in a path for storms and receives quite a bit of rainfall. There is a single crossroads into the center of town where the boardwalk has been expanded to be a small square where the locals have set up a small marketplace. Fishermen sell their catches from earlier in the day, and some sell produce from the nearby farmlands, deemed low enough quality to not export from their port themselves. The other stalls have devoted to fishing tackle, net making, traps, basket weaving, and bait sales. The rest of the town is a bit of a scattered effect when looking at it. You have to gauge the length of the multiple boardwalks to gauge the quickest and most direct path you want to take to your destination. Imagine kind of like a spider's web. There's kind of like every single building is connected by multiple different boardwalks. It's very kind of scattered and random and kind of hard to make out. There are maybe 15 buildings that look like permanent residences, and perhaps 2 of those are 2 stories. So very humble. Near the center of town, there's a bunch of different markets. Yeah, I'll get to that real quick. So you guys essentially are overlooking this. If you look on the map, you see the area where Dead Man's Pass is. You guys stand up on this cliffside, and you're kind of overlooking this boardwalk that kind of begins where this salt marsh is, crosses over the muddy terrain, and heads towards town.
How far down is the water? Are we like water from the boardwalk?
Well, you're up on the cliffside now, and well, let me just move this to like, you're up on the boardwalk itself, up on the cliffside. The cliffside's probably about the same height as it was before, maybe 50 or 60 feet up from the water, and then it kind of slopes very steeply down into this shallow basin where the marsh starts. And where the marsh starts from this cliffside is where the boardwalk begins, and the boardwalk maybe sits 3 or 4 feet above the mud.
Poe's gonna immediately sort of run to the water and like at least just stick his feet in there because he hasn't seen water in a while.
That would require you to get off the boardwalk into the mud itself.
Sure.
Okay, so the rest of the party, you guys see Appo tear ass down the side of this steep embankment, kind of bounding across the boardwalk, and then just slips underneath one of the railings and sinks up to his waist in mud. And Appo, I need you to make me a strength saving throw, please.
Strength saving throw. I'm gonna drown, watch. Drown in mud. Alright, hold on, that is...
Bro, can you swim? My man, you're a fish person.
Fucking Trident, man. Of course I can swim. Why did you ran to the water?
It's not water, it's mud.
Dude, it's just Legend of Zelda shop music. Dun, 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 dun.
So you guys might have to adjust your rhythm bot up a little bit. This one's a little quieter.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's 18, by the way.
An 18? Okay. You're able to kind of pull your feet out from the mud, and you're able to kind of through the mud to get to one of the small tributaries where you're able to kind of soak your feet. But you are covered probably from the chest down in this thick, kind of grayish black mud.
Worth it.
Okay, the rest of the party.
Continue walking.
Okay,
Ignoring
so you guys,
the growth, man.
yeah, you guys make your way down. So as you guys are making your way down, and you guys begin to walk on the boardwalk towards Zeshi, you guys actually, everyone roll me a perception check, please.
Me too?
No, just those who are present.
Okay.
Oof. That is it. I am
15.
enthralled with Chiipi, bro.
Ooh,
Chiipi is
nice.
amazing.
Yeah, you have a fucking cool chipmunk. So. Dimitri, Kaz, and Tave, you guys all can see, kind of off to your right, there are a number of people who are watching you.
What do I see?
You don't see anything yet.
He said Kaz saw something. Kaz is apparently still there.
Kaz sees a bright light at the end of a tunnel. Actually, it's not that bright because he was kind of a dick. So you see a dark red glow at the end of the
Looks
tunnel.
pretty warm, pretty fiery.
Yeah. So you do see a number of people watching you. They're wearing kind of simple, kind of cloth shirts, and they're carrying sickles in their hands. And you also do notice that next to them there are big, large baskets full of reeds and grasses that they appear to have been harvesting until you guys showed up and one of you jumped in the mud. And they're just kind of looking at you a little bit inquisitively.
Tava yells, "What are you looking at?"
Go ahead and give me an intimidation roll.
God. Appo,
people.
Caitlin, have you assumed I'm back up on the boardwalk, or am I still playing in the mud?
No, you're still playing in the mud.
You get back up on the boardwalk.
Good old time in the mud. Hey, woo-hoo.
Like, yeah, man. It's cooler than outside.
Yeah, Tommy, give me another intimidation roll, please.
Whoa.
Fuck.
My bad.
I forgot. Like that? I have to put it right next to it. Oh, there it goes. Nice.
Ooh. Scare the fuck out of people.
I have +4 intimidation.
You see them instantly just shrink back and just heads down, returning to their work, kind of gathering grasses. They don't even say anything. They just kind of are like, nope, all right, bye.
Tave scoffs and turns on her heel.
Congratulations, you've terrified peasants.
Smile and wave.
Big bad pirate lady over here terrifying peasants. All right.
They will remember that.
They'll remember that.
Apple's gonna walk
Everyone
up
disliked that.
Everybody disliked that.
Everyone disliked that. Apple's gonna walk up and say, "Well, new town. This looks like a charming place, but let's go to a bar."
Yeah. So you guys continue into town. You do see, as you're kind of walking in, there is a bit of a dock area with a few slightly smaller ships, but the rest seem to be local fishing ships and small skiffs. There is one warehouse in a dockmaster's office that you can see, but then as you kind of the boardwalk wraps around, you kind of get into town itself. So the air is hot, humid, and muggy closer to shore as you guys make your way into the initial Zeshi town proper. Those more dockside have a sea breeze that drifts through, keeping the temperatures down. Over in the shoreside, the muddy smell of the marsh drifts up from the boardwalk below. Pungent but not unpleasant, balanced by the salty smell coming from the docks. So if you look down through the boardwalks, you can see that there is kind of, it's during low tide, it is all exposed, but during high tide, the tide will wash up. So they had to build this town between the mangroves and the sea itself, hence why everything is all stilted up. Let's see. Okay, so you guys walk into the town proper. What are you guys looking for exactly?
Go for a bar.
Yeah, same.
Or a place to get drunk.
Looking
Okay,
for
so
alcohol.
you don't see anything specifically, but there are plenty of a few people walking around that are kind of doing their own business that you could probably ask.
I'm gonna go to the first one and say, "You, sir, madam, whoever
He
you
goes,
are."
oh, hello. What do you want?
Looking to get myself drunk.
He looks a little scared, that you're talking to him.
Not gonna hurt you. Looking for best place to get drunk. Where do I go?
He just kind of like wordlessly just kind of points in a direction and then just kind of skitters away.
Rebecca Talley say, "I don't think he had the answer."
Yeah, clearly not, but we should just walk in that general direction.
Let's go with that.
Okay, so you guys make your way in that direction. You guys eventually find yourselves into. I mean, the town is not very big. You guys walk a few boardwalks, and you can see that there is an open, large section that's maybe 50 feet by 50 feet. That kind of fringes this large open market space. It's kind of a boardwalk that's been expanded to be an open area, and you guys find yourselves all making your way to the center of town, to the open market.
I'm looking around for bottles of alcohol.
Okay, give me a perception check, please.
Oh.
Keep an eye out.
Nice.
That was what you're looking for.
Nice. Okay.
I got
So
some binoculars.
you look around, and
Good at finding
you actually look kind of over your shoulder back the way, and you kind of look and you see that there is a building that is 2 stories. Let me find that description. One of the few buildings in Zeshi that's 2 stories. There's a fine coating of algae and lichen that covers almost all of the walls. One section is also built up to look like the hull of a ship. You notice a sign on the outside labeled in the keel hole.
What does that mean?
Roll a history check.
What I also know of this as
Throw
well.
in somebody.
If anyone who is a sailor wants to try and remember what that means, you can do with advantage.
Oh,
Yes.
do I count as a sailor?
Yes, you do.
So roll. So wait,
Roll
can I
for
roll? Or
advantage.
you just have Tave roll twice.
Does it count if I know what it is?
Yeah, I could say you could count it if you knew what it was. Dimitri, would you like to explain?
I'll roll it anyway. How about that?
Okay, sure.
So it's a history check.
An 8
Yeah, history check.
for me. And, 18 for history, Caleb.
Okay. Yeah. Let me see what Dimitri rolls. Roll with advantage too. So roll one more time.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Nice. Okay. Yeah, you know what it is. You and Appo both know what it is.
So keel hauling is when you tie somebody up and throw them over the side of your boat. So they get dragged along the side of the boat.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Caught by the barnacle.
Definitely knows about that.
Sounds great. Let's go.
It's not necessarily a nice thing to have happen to you, but
Appo sort of gets a little shiver as he looks up at the name, but then walks into the bar.
okay. Do you guys all walk into the bar?
Yes.
Okay.
Tabe walks in first.
Appo's not stopping her. Just gonna walk in right behind her though.
I'm gonna follow in.
Yes.
Time to lower the volume.
Yeah, it's very loud.
And it's not a bot.
Okay, so as you walk in, I'd like everyone to give me perception checks, please.
Oh baby, not a 1. Yes.
Oh, it's a 9. Too focused on finding
we
drinks.
all rolled 7s.
What the fuck?
Oh, 6.
Yeah,
What is up
I
with
think
that?
that means you win a lot of fucking money at that casino.
Hey! Ding, ding, ding.
Okay, well, it's all good enough. You're all more than 10s. You don't just look at the floor. So, inside, it has high ceilings, and the beams are covered in different buoys and ropes and nets and other sailing supplies. There is a long bar that extends on the left-hand side that ends in a staircase on the back left of the building. The center of the room is composed of 6 different tables arranged in around a large central column. On the right, where the building looks like a ship, it opens up into a half-circle stage where a small band of sea dogs are playing sea shanties. One's got an accordion, one's got a lute. You look over to the left. There is a half-orc bartender behind the bar, kind of spit shining a cup. But also you notice that there are 2 very interesting characters within the bar. There's a few different patrons that are drinking kind of during the day at the bar and at a few of the tables. But you do also see a large looking creature. Joe, if you'd like to describe your character first, please.
So my character's name is. Hold on. Ohkee. I am Ohkee. Ohkee is like a 14-foot fucking Minotaur.
Yes! Oh my god, yes!
He's not wearing much of anything. He's kind of just raw Minotaur rage, just fury. You can almost see like smoke snarling from his nose. He almost looks like he's on fire, just ready to explode at any minute.
Well, damn.
Okay, and then
yeah, sure, good enough.
sitting at the table, also next to him, is another interesting, unique character. So go ahead and describe your character, Sar'bel.
Okay. So my character is Sar'bel Darkwhisper. So I have like a little thing right here written out. She is a slender-built elf with silky mid-length hair, colored onyx, and green eyes. She has an aura of malice around her, but there are hints of gentleness in her eyes. You can tell she is an order of the sort, as she is cloaked in black robes with a plated breastplate shaped like wings and a neck brace that resembles a choker with streaks of red. There's a sheathed dagger attached to her waistbow, and a light wooden crossbow hangs from her back. Hopefully everyone heard that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds great. So you two have been traveling for a very brief amount of time. You guys also had shipwrecked off of the Blue Kestrel, which was the boat that you guys were all on. Apparently, it was a much bigger boat than everyone else realized, and you guys were had just never met any of the other party. But yeah, so you guys were separated and found each other. Both stranded on the beach, and both had kind of made your way to town with the company of each other in this very, very strange land. You guys have both come from a similar home in Tal'Dorei, but as newcomers to Nadorac, you have stuck together for the last couple days, not familiar with the customs or any of the people in this area.
It's fucking terrifying.
So hold on, let me pull everyone's pictures up real quick and bring
Oh
it
my
into
gosh.
this. Okay, so
I was a
here's
little put back by the
Ohkee.
giant Minotaur in the room.
And there's
The pan's on fire.
I bet he's drinking milk.
Alcoholic
make it a little
milk.
bigger for now.
Dude, for real, my rhythm bot is at 1%. Everyone's at 200, and I can't hear anything.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how to fix that.
Rip.
Try relating Discord,
Rebooting Discord?
possibly.
Try it.
Is the music just way too loud, or what?
No.
I mean, I have it at. Sorry, I don't mean to like delay it.
That's fine. I'm setting stuff up right now.
Like 1%. Everyone's on 200. I can barely hear you guys.
Over the music, or is just everyone's really quiet?
The music. Either everyone's really quiet, or unless I can turn beats down. Try talking again.
Test one.
Check 1 2.
Bing, bing, bong.
Bing bong. Hi everybody.
I guess
Hear
that's
that?
kind of better. I turned down the bass on my headset. Yeah.
Fucking Turtle Beach.
Dude, it's from like 12 or 15 years ago. It's,
Well, that
it's
explains it.
really old.
That's what we both have.
I'm looking for like the $20 one from.
The shit's worth it.
Man, mine were $30 from Amazon.
Yep.
course,
They
it
go
makes
on
good
sale a
stuff.
lot, too.
I just bought some Cooler Masters actually the other day, but I forgot them home. So
Nice job.
I know. I'm moving. Okay, all my shit's getting packed up.
Should be packing.
Alright. Appo's going straight to the bar.
Okay, so
Tabe's already there.
Tabe and Appo to the bar.
Oh, someone
She's
goes,
already
damn,
drinking.
beat me.
Everyone should be. Hold on, let me see this. Everyone should be. Oh yes, here we go.
Woo.
Yeah. So look how quality this map is, dude. It took me all of about 3 minutes to throw all this stuff on here. I literally had nothing prepped for this map. I just was like, oh shit, I probably should make a map for this.
Table, bar, people there.
Table, bar. Okay.
Yes.
I want to go right here.
In the face of the Minotaur.
Okay, you guys go right up. Profugo and Auka go to another table.
The loners.
Loner, quieters. It's always the quiet ones you gotta worry about, though.
Right?
Is
Okay.
my mug right there. Giant ass two-handed mug. I just gotta
Okay.
start.
So, real quick, first we'll go to the bartender. Let's see. Appo and Tabe. You guys look, and it is a slightly teal-colored half-orc with small tusks, and his left ear is almost overflowing with piercings. He eyes this very motley crew as it enters into this building. He goes, "How y'all doing?"
Here,
Doing
shot of
great.
your finest whiskey.
Also,
Finest whiskey.
I would like your finest whiskey.
That'll be 3 silver each.
Done.
Hand it over.
You slap the coins on the table. He sweeps them into his palm, and he procures 2 shot glasses and pulls a bottle off from behind and fills up with shots.
Post up with Tabe and take my shot.
He goes.
Cheers.
Okay, so as you guys are drinking,
Olive
as you guys are drinking Sar'bel and Ohkee, you see this giant turtle and this half-elven woman. Oh no, full elven woman. Eladrin. Well, alright.
Eladrin.
Full Eladrin. Okay.
Only two friends.
You see them approach your table that you guys have been drinking at.
Ohkee snorts, and a little bit of like steam comes out his.
Love it.
Sar'bel raises her eyebrow and asks them, "What is it?"
All right, Dimitri. What do you say?
You're muted.
Muted. I can't hear you, man.
Zach.
He's on the nose though. Yeah.
Oh
He's mine right there in front of him. He's just sitting there
Well, I
just
guess I sit down and I say nothing then.
no. Yeah.
Oh.
So Ohkee, you like snort and trying to be a little intimidating, and the turtle just kind of and just sits right at the table in front of you.
I look at him like it's pretty ballsy, and I just kind of like, "What do you want?"
A drink.
Get your own.
At this point, another half-orc comes out and approaches the table that you guys are at, and he goes, "Oh, I see you've got more company. Well, drinks all around?"
They like, are we paying for their drinks?
Appo, you're not there.
Oh, okay, my bad. He walked over the table.
No,
my bad.
he's here. He's here.
There's a giant
So,
mug.
Sar'bel and Ohkee. Oh, okay. Give me a
Wait, do I hear that?
persuasion. Give me a persuasion check. Appo, give me a perception check.
Yeah, shut up,
Yeah,
Satora.
you
Get out of
totally
here.
hear Satora go, drinks on them! Okay, alright, well, go for it. Well, you're
I'm
not trying to
gonna
be stealthy,
go
you're
drink
trying to
right now,
persuade the
Satora.
bartender.
Appo's gonna like turn around and open the bag and be like, "Do I look like I'm made of money?"
Give me a persuasion check, please. You're trying to persuade the bartender that okay, he believes you. He believes that you're pointing at the
Man,
person
fuck
and like
that.
drinks on them.
Tabe points at Appo.
Yeah, and
Everyone's
Appo's like,
pointing
"I'm not
at each
making
other's
money
bar.
here."
Okay, yeah. So Appo, you do hear it, and you see Satora gesturing in your direction for drinks.
Like slowly raises the middle finger and just like shakes.
And
I look at, I asked the
The
bartender, how
bartender-
much. I say, how much for a round of drinks?
the bartender goes, "Are these friends of yours?"
Well, the four of them, the other elf, the giant turtle, the little bird, and the big old other guy with the bird is ours.
Well, I see. A bit of a motley crew coming in here.
I have no idea.
Where did you say you were from again, friend?
Far away.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, as long as you don't cause any trouble in town, should be no problems.
Need you for alcohol. How much for a round of beers?
For everyone in the room?
Sure.
For everyone in the room, that'll be 3 gold.
Ah, no. Ah, just kidding. I can't.
Yeah. So you slap
Like,
6 gold. Go ahead, mark off 6 gold, and he goes, all right, the beer shall flow. And he begins like plopping mugs up on the table and filling them from the kegs in the back, and Ohkee and Sar'bel, you guys are sitting there and just kind of, they bring over beers, and beers begin to kind of alight to all the tables in the area. You guys have a bunch of drinks, yeah.
Ohkee double fists his beer and just
Yeah, Tabe does the same.
Perfect.
it's like beer just rolling down.
So I'm standing by Satora at this point.
Appo, go ahead and give me a perception check, please.
Action check. 13.
So you turn to walk around to the bar, and you turn to walk around towards the table. Sorry, you turn to walk around towards the table, and you begin making your way there, and you feel that kind of tickling sensation of eyes on the back of your neck, and you turn and you kind of just catch glimpses with the bartender as he kind of turns and looks away from you. And goes back to cleaning some glasses and stuff.
Slowly walk back to the bar.
Okay.
Say, yeah, you're like throwing weird looks around? What's wrong there, man?
He goes, "No problem, sir. Just keep an eye on my bar."
Uh-huh. Can I roll an insight check?
Sure.
Sure, see he's lying through his teeth. Oh.
It's kind of hard to read. It is his bar, and he's keeping his eye on everybody. But he apparently was looking at you that one time. But he goes back to cleaning his drinks, and you're not really sure. He doesn't
Look nervous or anything?
Not really. No. He does. There is a bunch of random ragtag people he's never seen before in his bar, so he might be a little nervous, but understandably so.
I'll go back to where Satora is.
Okay.
Shrug it off.
Okay. Cool.
Give us like a silent toast to Ohkee and Sar'bel.
Ohkee just stares at you and like slams his hands down. More.
What?
More.
Oh. Appo's just gonna like take his drink and just like, okay, that's weird.
Sar'bel just looks you over and wonders how she got herself into the situation.
You're like, how the
How we
hell
make
did I
friends.
get mixed up with these kind of people? Although the rest of the people you've seen in town have all been meager fishermen. They've all smelled kind of bad. These are the most interesting characters you've seen in the last 72 hours, other than the giant fucking Minotaur that's accompanying you.
How do I know Sar'bel?
You guys were on the ship together. You guys were shipwrecked and beached a little further west, and kind of waking up, both of you on the beach alone in this foreign country. You guys decided to stick together as traveling. At least you guys are both from the same continent.
Right.
You know?
So we're looking out for each other on.
Looking out a little bit. I would say
Same.
like somewhat acquaintances. I mean, you've
We're
had
associates.
2 days of travel between both of you where you've been together. And you found your way to this town, into this bar. And then you guys have only been here for maybe 10 or 15 minutes until poof, door lock opens up and this crew just flows in.
All right.
The frat boys. Give me drinks.
And then drinks started pouring, so seems to be going well so far.
I get lit.
Ohkee looks a little agitated. He doesn't beer. He just like flips the table across the room. He said he wanted more beer and no one responded, so flips the fucking table.
I didn't even understand that.
You
He already
just got
drank
two
his
of them.
two. Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay,
Satora and
sweet.
Sar'bel
Alright.
baby both had beer.
Oh, sweet. All right. So I just downed both two. I don't.
Yeah, you've had now 4 beers.
Sweet.
Have a good constitution, man. You're gonna get wasted.
So Tabe, you're still at the bar. The bartender, he goes, so what's your name?
I am Tave. That's all you
Tabe.
know.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Jeremy. No, Jonesy. Sorry. DM can't read very well, apparently. I'm Jonesy, and I own this here establishment.
Are you from Indiana?
Where's that?
No
I'm from
way.
Chi. But my tribe hails from west of here.
Well, that's great. I hope you're having a nice time owning a bar.
He goes,
Why'd
so
you name it this? What?
the
what's
Keel Hall?
Yeah, why'd you name it that?
Well, if you have enough drinks in my bar, it's like getting keelhauled.
I like it. I'm a fan.
He chuckles to himself, and then he turns and goes, so, where did you all say you were from again?
I'm from Tal'Darai.
I'm not familiar with the place. Could you point me in the direction?
East.
Well, I mean, nothing but islands out to the east. None that I've heard named Tal'Dori. Is it a really small island?
It's quite a big one. You might call it a continent.
Yeah, that's funny. There's no other continent east of here.
Not that you know of, I guess.
Well, I can't tell if you're joking or not.
I'm being
But,
100% serious, my friend.
So, did you all come over together?
Sort of.
Call me curious, but do you mind telling me a little bit more? I've never seen folks like you before.
Well, some of us came on one boat and some of us came on a different boat, and we all crashed and met up and decided to hang out together.
I see, right. And how long have you and your friends been in town? It seems like you guys have been coming in here for a couple of days now.
Oh no, we just got here.
Just got here.
Oh,
maybe
yeah.
these. I've had some interactions with people who claim they're from somewhere else too, and they've been here for a couple of days. Maybe they're friends of yours.
Are they here now?
No, I don't see them, and that's kind of a good thing. They've been causing a bit of a stir, and I was really hoping you weren't acquaintances of theirs.
No, we just got here today. Tell us some about them.
Well,
Are we
I don't
over
know.
here?
I'm not one to gossip. Anyone else who's listening in, give me perception checks, please.
It's not gossip. Just friendly conversation.
Appo, you hear it?
So when he talks about the other people, he's gonna sort of perk up.
Oh shit!
That's a really high roll.
Oh, shit.
Just roll.
Yeah.
Just click
Here's
it.
What
an
the
into
fuck?
ether.
You've got quadruple advantage.
Um,
Just
yeah.
roll 1d20, please.
Yeah, okay. Appo's gonna sort of perk up and ask, what did these people look like?
Are you asking that across the room?
I'll walk closer to him and then ask him.
Okay.
I'll walk back
Okay.
up to the bar because I heard that thing. And
Ohkee, you hear it too. Anyone else listening in?
I hear it, but I don't really care. I don't know any of these people that well.
Okay.
It pays me right now.
Okay. Yeah. So Tave, as he begins to kind of open up to you a little bit, and he watches Appo walk up to you, he kind of closes up and doesn't really say anything else.
So, I can tell that you don't want to talk about them, but they've only been here for a few days, so what could they have done that makes you not want to talk about them?
Well, I mean, nothing heinous or anything, but they came in here the other night and they got real drunk and they hit on a bunch of women at the bar and started a couple fights with some of the local fishermen, and it just got real ugly like, and I had to end up throwing them out, and we had to get some of the fishermen guys to pull them off and kick them out of the bar, and it was just an ugly scene, and I really hope they don't come back here.
I've seen too many situations like that. I feel for you. Just really rough. I know what it's like to work in a bar.
Yeah, and you do notice that throughout the conversation, his eyes keep glancing on Appo.
I'm gonna speaking. It's like, did I do something wrong? Like,
He goes,
what's going on, man?
He goes, are you sure you don't know any of the other friends maybe you have in town or anything else like that?
I don't have any other friends besides the ones I'm hanging with.
Well, the other ones who came in here look just like you.
His face is gonna immediately go oh shit. Drop and say.
He goes, oh, so you do know them?
He sort of stops and pauses for a second and say, did they have any kind of banner, seal, or flag of some sort they were holding?
Not that I could rightly say. They came in, they looked like a bunch of ragtag crew like yourselves, and caused a bunch of problems. I can't rightly put where they came from or who they were with or anything like that. They just kind of rolled into town a couple days ago, and they seem to come up occasionally and only cause trouble. So forgive me if I'm a little nervous when you and this group enters my bar.
I'd sort of lean forward and kind of not threatening, but say, I have nothing to do with them. I can promise you that.
Give me a persuasion check.
Hey.
It's great.
Oh, look who decided to join us.
Oh, hello there.
Yeah. Took me for fucking ever.
How are you doing, Trident?
Oh, there we go. Woo!
He turns to you and he goes, all right. I believe you. I'm a small town guy. I'm not one to judge. Forgive me, I was a little bit overbearing when you walked in, but your resemblance is a little uncanny. But
all about them, and yes, I know the horrors that they can cause, and
I see.
Yes.
All right. Well, yeah. I mean, they look kind of like you. I don't know their names. I might have heard one name. One by the name of Skip. I don't know if that means anything to you.
You believe I remember that name, but it's very faint. I've only heard it in passing. I don't know much about him.
Well, so they are acquaintances of yours then, but if they do come in,
are they here?
I don't know.
Are they here still?
In town or in the bar?
Yeah, are they in town still? Are they around?
I don't keep that much tabs on anyone in town. They might be still in town, I don't know. But if they turn up again, I hope they don't cause too much trouble. And now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna finish serving the drinks to you and your compatriots.
For it.
But like I said before, just please don't cause too much trouble. And he turns and he goes and begins filling more mugs and bringing them out. And he
Who's this
goes,
gonna-
here, this one's on the house. And he kind of passes beers out to everybody else.
Bill's gonna sort of sit
Oh,
and
yeah?
stare at the wall and just sort of drink his beer slowly now.
Okay. Anything else you guys are doing? At this point, some patrons begin to make their way in the bar. It's kind of getting into the acceptable drinking time of day. It's probably getting a little bit towards early evening, dinner time-ish. And people begin to file in. Lots of local fishermen kind of begin to pour in. And you guys have the eyes of the room, very, very obviously. People walk in, eyes instantly snap to the people who are already in the bar drinking. Very different to any of the people that they're used to. One really, really old guy comes in and sits at a bar, sits at a table kind of in this location here. Two more fishermen come in here, maybe another three come in here. But nothing else really that catches anyone's eye. What would you guys like to do?
Satora gets up and walks over to Appo and kind of speaks over his shoulder to him and says that we should probably find a place to go.
For sleep, or?
Yeah, we should find a place to stay.
Is this just a bar, or is this an inn?
You can ask the bartender.
I asked the bartender that.
Okay. He turns and he goes, sorry, Fred. Sorry, it got a little bit busy and picked up. What can I help you with?
Do you have rooms to sleep in here, or are we just
Sure.
for drinks?
Yeah. No, we're the only inn in town.
Whispers and food.
Food. We need food, apparently.
Oh, yeah, I have one of the finest cooks. We're the only inn and one of the only restaurants in town.
We'll take some rooms. I'm thinking
Girls
3,
and
maybe?
boys.
Would you like 3 rooms?
Whatever accommodates, I guess.
Well, I've got 4 rooms upstairs that I don't have anyone in, and I also have the Keel suite as well.
Take the Keel suite.
Yeah, we'll take the suite.
How much is the Keel suite?
The Keel suite starts at 8 silver a night.
Pay for
Simple.
a night at the Keel suite?
The other rooms will run you 5.
Sounds pretty good to me.
Okay. So how many rooms would you like? The Keel suite only has 1 bed in it, though. It's a big bed, might fit 2.
How many females do we have again?
I look
3?
back at the table.
3
and say,
3 females.
3.
3?
We can all fit in that bed. We'll take
No,
the
sorry,
suite.
4 females. 4 females.
4.
Oh
We'll
yeah,
cuddle.
okay.
It's okay.
Give us a bonding experience.
That works.
Alright,
down.
so 4 people in the Keel suite, and then...
He goes, well, you might have 2 on the bed and 2 on the floor in the Keel suite.
No. We'll
Maybe
fit
make
on
it
that.
work. We'll make it work. Don't worry. We'll
Well,
just cuddle with each other.
whatever happens behind closed doors stays behind closed doors. Not one to judge. I will happily take your silver for it. Okay, so whoever's...
He flexes a little. He's
Whisper to the bartender, say, I think Mr. Grumpy Pants needs another beer.
Yeah, I'm also leaning back in my.
Just
Yeah,
flexing.
your chair's legs, like they were straight and they are now like crescent circles, like heavily bowed, almost like it's a marvel that they haven't broken. Actually, we will.
What is this?
Mahogany, the hardest.
It's a marvel they haven't burst yet.
They almost did.
They almost did. Okay. So how many rooms are you guys getting? 2 or 3?
I'd say 2 probably. The Keel suite and one other one.
Okay. Well, so 4 might fit in the Keel suite. The other rooms, he turns and goes, the other rooms are much more modest. You might require 2 rooms to fit the rest of your party. The 2 larger characters might have trouble.
Alright, get 3 rooms then.
Ohkee requests to bunk bed with Dimitri.
With who?
With
Okay,
Dimitri?
to what?
With Dimitri.
Ohkee wants to be bunk with Dimitri.
He goes, well, then you might want to take the keel room. None of the other rooms
said
said
Tabe, and no, Shake said no.
Oh.
Okay,
We already got
so
4 people in there.
I need people to mark off. Whoever is, I need.
Yep, I paid for the kill suite.
Okay, pay for the keel suite. Okay, and then I need 10 silver for the other 2 rooms, so 1 gold.
How much gold do I start with?
10.
10? Okay.
So I need 1 gold for the other 2 rooms. And he turns, he goes, well, if you're staying the night, then perhaps I might interest you in a little bit of a food. We had a nice new fresh catch come in today, and our cook's been working tirelessly to make him some delicious food.
Grab Satora's shoulders and just like push her towards the bar and be like, tap her and be like, there's your food.
Satora takes the food, takes the key to the keel suite, and goes right to the keel suite.
Oh, well, he goes, well, what can I get for you? We've got a few different options for food.
Give me vegetarian.
He goes, well, it might be a little hard in this town. We rely primarily on seafood. For 3 silver, I've got sea bream with chilies, prawns, and a seafood stew with carrots and potatoes. For 1 silver, I've got some smoked fish spread on fresh baked bread.
Is that all you have?
That's all we have prepared. I might be able to whip you up something real quick. I could maybe make you a stew without the fish.
Sounds good.
I lean over to Satora and say, fish isn't meat, you're fine.
He goes, it might take me...
Appo and give him glaring eyes. Like, I just hold Chiipi up in my hand, and I'm like, how dare you say that? Every life is precious.
He goes, well, why don't you go get comfortable in your room, and for you, it might take you a little longer to prepare the vegetables, but does anyone else like to procure anything in town?
Taking that prawn and seafood stew thing.
Okay, so that's 3 silver. Go ahead and mark it down. It's a sea bream with chilies, prawns, and a seafood stew.
Nice.
Is there any just like whole fish?
On the bread.
You could just buy a full bream, yeah, if you'd like.
Yeah, Ohkee wants to buy. How big are the fish?
Or you could go to the seafood market, which is outside of the tavern, and procure some fish there.
Raw fish.
Ohkee doesn't really like fish. He's gonna pass.
Okay, so you don't really want fish.
No.
Like chipmunks?
Is there meat like meat?
It doesn't appear to be. No, this is pretty much a fishing village. So
Yeah, Ohkee's gonna eat like some grains or something.
you can procure a bunch of like baguettes of bread.
Oh no.
Bread.
Wait, what happened?
No, like whole grain, like oats, flour, and shit.
That might be hard to procure because there is not many. There are no stables in town. There are no.
If I was Flick, I would have.
Yeah, so there's not really a stable. There's not much. I mean, you might be able to try and rustle up some fresh vegetables, maybe from a stall.
Oh, I'm good. Ohkee will go hungry.
How's it going?
That's so funny.
What's up?
What happened?
Mic off.
Gray went?
Gray said he had some Wi-Fi issue.
Okay.
He said he had a Wi-Fi issue. He's trying to fix it now.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a beer then.
Oh.
I think everybody went AFK all at once. I don't know. I see like.
I didn't leave. I'm still here.
Tabe's gonna eat the fish bread thing for 1 silver.
Okay, go ahead and mark off 1 silver, and he gives you a small bowl of this like smoked fish spread that's like a little cheesy, and it smells really good. And he gives you like a half of a fresh baked loaf of bread.
No, Adrian's not here.
Nice.
Appo's gonna just eat his fish like right in front of Satora.
Okay, she looks appalled at you.
She's just munching on her fish.
Yeah.
Nom nom nom. Mmm, yummy.
I'm gonna lean over to Tabe and ask her. So, have you ever heard of the Death Crawlers before?
Yes, I have. Unfortunately.
And why is it unfortunate?
Well, I would consider them my rivals.
Okay.
So, but I haven't had any interactions. I've just heard of them.
He's gonna go back to eating then.
Wow.
I mean,
good talk.
it was he's just probing.
You can give an insight check, Tave, if you'd like.
See if Shakespeare rolls well on this.
Oh. Okay, hold on.
Still have like plus 12 to your insight.
Not bad.
It seems like he's holding some information. There's more than he lets on.
Why do you ask?
I'm gonna lean over and I'm gonna tap my shoulder that has like what looks like ripped clothing. And it says, "There's a reason why this is ripped." And I'm gonna lean in and just whisper to you that he says, I used to be one of them.
You used to be?
I used to be.
Did you escape or did you get like fired?
I tried to take over and it failed, and so I ran.
You tried to take over?
Yeah.
Nice
Didn't really work
one.
all that well.
Tave's literally bursting out laughing. She
If you
spills
s-
her drink a little bit.
So you can't judge.
Well, I have
Haven't-
my own fleet at my command, so it's just a little funny to me.
Your own fleet, then why were you on this boat?
Well, I got, okay, so over in Tal'Dorei, the government decided they didn't like that I was building my own army. And essentially they built a mission to kidnap me, which was successful, and then they left me on a desert island to die. But this ship that you guys were all on found me, and here I am.
So they gave you the old Napoleon treatment.
Oh yeah, they were not a fan of the way that I was changing the coastal economy and fucking their shit up, so.
So how many ships do you have in your fleet?
I have, I would say 9 or 10. I don't know what is going on since I've been gone. It's only been a couple months, but my first mate should be having everything under control, so.
You're saying that you could potentially go toe-to-toe with these depth crawlers.
Oh, absolutely. Oh,
very good to
absolutely.
know. We'll keep that in mind. Poe almost like gives off a sense that like he's found like his new best friend kind of thing.
Hey, who's this Sar'bel character?
If you were here, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Well, excuse me. I didn't choose for it to take like fucking 100 minutes.
Yeah, if you'd like to give another quick introduction, go for it.
Also, where's your cameras, God and Sar'bel?
I'm
Hotel
on
Wi-Fi.
shitty hotel Wi-Fi hosting 8 characters, so it's shitting out. So I'm the only one who doesn't have a camera.
I also don't actually have a camera either.
No camera.
You're the mind, guys.
Rough life.
Yeah, man.
Let's see. So, you guys are all sitting there, enjoying your food, enjoying your drinks. More people have begun to filling into the bar. And then at one point in the night, there's kind of a loud bang as the door smashes open, and four characters walk in the bar.
Look over to see who the characters are.
Tave glares at them, pointed.
Yeah, everyone who's give me perception checks. Everyone else who's looking at these guys who are walking in. Ooh.
That's a 7.
I don't care.
Was a little buzz.
Dimitri and Tave. You guys look over and yeah, Dimitri and Tave. The rest of the party is kind of in their drinks and kind of looking around and eating their food. And Dimitri and Tavi, you look up at the same time, and you see 4 people who look very similar to Appo walking in the bar. You can already tell that they are very intoxicated. They're stumbling and they're kind of listening to each side, and they're kind of swaying a little bit and slurring their words, and they saunter up to the bar.
Do I notice them like before or right as they get to the bar?
Hold on.
Are you biking home? Yeah. Oh, right, yeah.
Those are some giant pirates.
Well, I'm doing everything double-sized.
Fat man. They're obese.
So they kind of walk up and fill in the space over here, and they're like, "Bartender, give us some fucking drinks." And you see the bartender kind of glances at them, makes eye contact with you, Appo, and then turns and immediately begins pouring the beers.
Appo's hand sort of goes down to his crossbow and rests on it.
One of the guys claps him on the shoulder and goes, "How you doing, friend? Haven't seen you around these bars before, but you looking for a good time?"
Sort of like brush his hand off and say, "You got nothing that I want, and I got nothing that you want."
He goes, "You've got something that I want," and he glances back past you at Tave and Satora, and they kind of like, what does one of those like up and down stairs that lingers a little too long.
I'm not here. I'm in the suite.
Oh, you've already
Oh,
left?
that's right.
Yeah, I went up to go read the book.
Oh, okay.
I'll like come back for the food.
Mic off.
So
Kaylin.
we'll say you've come back down for the food because the food has been prepared.
Kaylin, I just lost that completely. What did you say previously?
He says, so he goes, you got something that I need, friend. And he kind of glances over at like Satora and Tave and Sar'bel, and kind of their eyes linger like slightly too long on, and that just gives off a very very, very
Yeah.
interesting vibe.
I turn to him and say, "Friend, if you know what's best for you, you won't go down that road."
He goes, "Who the fuck do you think you are? Nah, another Triton like us? I figure you would have been more on board with that kind of thing. Fuck these fucking mainlanders."
Oh man, I ain't about that life anymore.
Hold on, I need to make a roll for him.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
He goes, one of them turns to you and goes, hey Skip, does this guy look familiar to you? I swear I might have seen him before. His leathers look awfully similar. And the other one turns and goes, "Shut up, Skip. Just fucking wait till the drinks come. Goddamn." And at this point, Jeremy turns to you, or Jonesy, sorry. Jonesy turns to you, Appo, and he goes, "Please, I don't want any trouble in my bar. They cause enough trouble as it is. Just let them have their drinks and leave."
That's fine. In fact, I'll buy a drink for each of them right now.
He goes, "That's what I'm talking about. All right, yeah. All right, go ahead and so it's 4 silver for each of the drinks."
Yep.
And
I'm gonna yell over at them and kind of taunt them over.
okay, what do you yell in the direction?
Hey, peg leg.
Jesus.
Someone turns to you and goes, "The fuck you say to me, turtle boy?" And
You look
he
like you
begins-
can't handle.
He comes over, then he goes, I can handle my fucking drinks." And he sits at this table and he goes, "How about a little bit of a competition then, eh?"
You got it.
Okay, you move over to him and he goes, "All right, what's the wager? Offer yours up and I'll offer mine, and we'll drink till we can't see straight."
2 gold. Wow.
2 gold if I win? Oh, my.
That's a high roller.
I got something better than 2 gold. I win, and I get to take these ladies up the stairs with me to the bedroom. And he kind of like spits on the floor.
I'll like motion to Dimitri like a let him win. Toffee's gonna kick his ass. Same with Satora.
True. Tave laughs a little.
You got yourself a deal.
All right, and bam, two beers land on there.
Mic
You guys,
on.
he goes, all right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw.
Saving?
Constitution saving throw.
As
Okay.
he rolls that, I want Chiipi to sneak up Dimitri's back
Yeah.
on his shell and jump onto Dimitri's head right as the pirate goes to put the mug back down. He sees the chipmunk on top of Dimitri's head.
Go ahead and give me like a just general like
God.
dexterity check or for Chiipi.
Does that count as a fail or?
Want me to
did
do
By the way, I
animal
got a
handling?
1.
So okay.
Caleb, you want me to do animal
Smashes the
handling?
glass on his face.
Yeah, animal handling. Yeah. Okay, so the pirate goes up and begins to drink this beer. It's glug, glug, glug. Dimitri just kind of like pours it up and like it spills out all over his face. And he comes down and the pirate goes, "Hey, I see you trying to cheating me again, and we're gonna have a problem." And he like kind of glances up and he goes, "Oh, there's something on your head. Enough of these games. Double or nothing." And poof, 2 more rounds. 2 more come on top. Go ahead and roll me another Constitution saving throw.
All right. Fucking typing it wrong.
Oh yes.
Bam! All right, so you go, yeah, bam, bam. You know, he's like halfway finished his, and before it slams back down, and he goes, "Oh, there's a fighting spirit I like to see. Well, we might have some fun after all." And boom, 3rd and final round comes in front. Go ahead and give me the one final Constitution saving throw. Oof. Ooh, nice.
God.
So you slam the beer back, and he slams his beer back, and as the beer touches the table, just and just like vomits everywhere all over the floor. And he goes, "Oh, you're fucking cheating. You're bigger than me anyway." And he gets up and he kind of saunters over between these 2 tables over here, and he kind of looks between Satora and Sar'bel and goes, "All right, well, enough of these fools. Which one of you is gonna follow me upstairs?"
I'm gonna kind of
I'm gonna point
pick him
over
up
to
and
Tave
shake him
in the
like.
bar.
You're gonna pick up him and
Tave
shake him.
waves.
So you follow behind him and pick him up.
Forgetting my gold.
Give me a strength check. He's a little slippery. He kind of like go to grab him. He's like, "Hey, hands off! I'm not done. Away from it. I'll deal with you later." And at this point, Jonesy turns to you, Tave and Appo, and he goes, "Please, I don't want any trouble in the bar. Don't antagonize them."
I reassure him. No, don't worry about it. We
You
have this under
Appo's-
control.
Appo's
I don't want
really
any
about
blood on
to,
my
like,
floors.
snap.
Absolutely not. I would
don't be
never
killing me.
stain your beautiful wooden floors with any blood of any race.
Don't be killing anybody in my bar, and we'll be okay.
Yeah, you got it, sir.
So Satora and Sar'bel, you guys see this drunk pirate slip out of the hands of this giant turtle, and he's kind of like eyeing both of you very like lecherously.
Tave walks over to him and puts her arm around his shoulder and is like, "All right, pal, let's go upstairs."
He goes, "Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, all right." And he turns it and begins making his way up the stairs. You
Tave,
follow?
like-
You follow?
She has her weapons at the ready. She's good to go.
Okay, so you guys head towards the
Did
stairs.
I have my food? Was I eating this entire time?
Yeah, you were just eating quietly. Like you had the book next to you, and you're kind of like reading and eating, and just kind of watching the situation. And this drunk pirate was trying to hit on you, and you just kind of ignored him.
I'm gonna finish off eating, and I'm just gonna like close the book, put it in my bag, and then follow Tabe up the stairs.
Okay, you
Right.
follow Tabe up the stairs. Okay.
I'm gonna look at
The other guys kind of following
Dimitri.
around you. Oh.
and I'm gonna kind of wave for Dimitri to come too.
Yeah, I'm going after my gold. I
Okay.
see my gold going up the stairs.
All right, you go after the gold. All right, so we'll do the upstairs sequence in a second.
Okay.
Akua, Ohkee, Sar'bel, and Appo, what are you guys doing at this point?
If I was eating, I'm probably still eating. I
Okay.
mean, I'm watching this. I have a crossbow.
To where Auka and you are actually.
Okay.
I'm gonna move.
Just walk over there.
Okay, hold on. Ohkee?
I'm moving to the edge of the bar, just to kind of look like I'm trying to order something, but just kind of for now.
Okay.
So I'm gonna remain here, looking all brood-like and shit.
Brood-like.
All right. So you're looking all brood-like and shit, and kind of giving them a little bit of a kind of a glare, if you know. Appo, are you trying to leave the bar?
Yeah, so I'm walking where Auka
pulled
is.
out the
I'm gonna walk over to
fucking-
Auka and Profugo, just like it's natural, just grab my drink and just
That's
do
his
do 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 do.
As you leave,
So,
a hand grabs the back of your shirt.
Turn
and
around
goes,
hey man, what's
and
your
goes,
problem?
I know you. You were on some bullshit, weren't you?
Get really close to him, and I say, if you know who I really am, you'll let me go.
You can just smell the alcohol on his breath and the kind of grin that he's giving you, and he goes,
No
I never
intimidation there?
thought. What's that?
I was trying to be intimidated at all.
Okay, go ahead and give me an intimidation check.
Alright. Come on! Fuck.
He goes, Captain's gonna fucking kill you. You ain't scared of us anymore. We followed you all the way over here.
Look over.
You cut out. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he froze.
Uh-oh.
It's his turn for bad internet.
Oh no.
He's frozen.
He's frozen.
Oh,
Okay.
no. He's trying to get back.
Discord keeps fucking kicking me off. I'm so sorry, guys.
Okay. Yeah. Just repeat what you said.
So
Get better internet.
I give Jonesy a look.
Okay.
He froze
He
again.
froze again.
Oh no.
No.
Oof.
Rip.
Oh no.
Oh.
Feels bad.
Full crash.
I'm punching this guy.
You're
That's what
punching
I'm
this guy?
doing.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an attack roll.
Ping which one you're punching.
Fucking hell, dude. Dexterity.
He's like, boom.
Get better internet, scrub.
He's
I don't know what's going on. This fucking internet is now being a bitch to me.
Oh man.
I don't know how to
Shit.
fix this at all.
Hold on, I need to pull
Get
up
closer to your router.
here. We're in a
I'm in a
hotel.
fucking hotel, dude.
Kalen's not having any problems.
He
He
Fourth
had
floor
problems
stats,
earlier.
dude. Fourth floor stats. All right, hold on. Let me.
Wait, am I using? Is it just dexterity or what? Or strength?
It's gonna be. It's just gonna be with your strength modifier because you're punching him in the face.
Poof.
Just poof. Okay, hold on. Let me pull their stats real quick. Also, the music stopped.
Oh no.
I had to mute it. I can't hear anybody.
I just turned its volume down.
Yeah, if anything, we'll just sit with you, Joe, one day, and we'll kind of try to figure out how to.
What's going on with your Discord?
Lower
I think
the
it's
sound.
just my I don't know, my something, my headphones.
There you go. It could be your headphones. It's playing it all at one volume.
Yeah. Yeah.
I really should have. Oh, here we go.
Reverb.
Yes, you for sure hit them.
Okay. So that's what 1d4?
Yeah, unarmed is a 1d4.
D4. Okay.
Plus
Plus
your
strength.
Strength, I think. Yeah.
For a whopping 5 points of damage.
Damn,
Okay,
that's
you
actually
you
not bad.
you clock this guy, and just bloods and teeth spray across the bar. Just wham! And
And then I'm gonna say, I'm giving you one last chance to walk away.
well, he hasn't
Okay.
he hasn't recovered yet from that. But his friends are like, oh, you fuck, you've done it now, and they're reaching down for their swords.
Here it goes.
I'd like everyone who's downstairs to roll me initiative, please.
Gosh dang darned it.
Wait, add 3 to that, by the way. Kaylin.
Okay.
7, so that's a
how do
17
I-
for me.
Okay. Hold on one second.
Oh, nice.
Just sitting at the table. Hell yeah.
Oh boy.
Yep. So I have a 3.
None of us seem interested in this fight.
Just look up casually, just like,
Nobody cares.
another one, why?
Can we? Is there
Okay,
any
Op.
chance that we're like still climbing up the steps and can possibly?
Yeah,
shoot this
you guys are kind of have been making your way up while this is happening at the same time. You guys aren't fully like in a room or anything.
Can I like lean forward and like grab the guy's legs?
I'll say roll me initiative too. I'll roll you guys an initiative.
All right.
So you guys all do that.
Jesus fuck, dude. Low rolls tonight, boys. Get them out.
Yeah, the dice has not been
Get
behind
them
you.
out, dude. Ooh.
Kaylin, you're gonna add 3 to mine.
Oh yeah, hold on one second. Let me
Yeah, I have initiative 7 or 7. I'm ahead of those
17.
pirates, man.
17. Okay, Dimitri's 21.
Go, Dimitri.
Satora 7. Tabe 14.
14.
Let's roll the pirate guys.
His own height.
Oh, you kidding me? Get a roll again.
Oh,
You kidding me?
16 roll, nice.
What is this?
Boy.
Bro, you're number 17, man.
Oh,
Nice.
shit.
Oh! That's a
Oh
20.
no. Oh dear
I think
God.
that's...
Wait a minute.
Do you want me to roll again for mine as well? Or not?
Yeah, hold on, let me just organize this
Okay.
real quick.
Oh God.
7,
Put it right here. Correct. Oh, I forgot to re-enable my icon.
Appo, what's your dexterity modifier?
+4.
Okay, you go first. Okay, so first up, Dimitri, you see this kind of all going down. So you kind of see, as you're like following him up the stairs, you hear a little bit of commotion at the bar, and turn and you just see Appo just whack punch over him, punches this guy at the bar, and like Jones is like, no, like don't fucking kill anyone at my bar.
Well, now I know there's only one way to get my gold back. I'm just gonna hit this dude in the back of the head with my hammer.
Oh my God.
Jesus. Betrayal.
Goes from like punching someone in the face, like smashing brains. Okay. All right, go for it. Yeah, roll for an
Jesus.
attack. Roll for an
Is
attack.
that strength plus the hammer?
Strength plus proficiency modifier.
Mm.
It'll be the combined value on your roll 20 on your character sheet, like the plus something.
Okay. So just strength.
I think it's +7 for you. Pretty sure.
For strength?
No, it's gonna be. Are you punching him or are you hitting him with your weapon?
With my hammer.
Okay, so you're hitting him with your weapon. So it'll be like, for example, if you look on your app, it'll be that first number, the plus value. That's what you rolled plus a d20.
Okay. Because I think I did it wrong the last time. So.
Okay.
11. Nice.
That actually surprisingly hits.
Wow.
These guys have just basic leather armor on. So, all right, go ahead and roll damage. Yeah. So he's like kind of like walking up arm over Tave, and Tave's kind of like, his alcohol breath, and all of a sudden you just see his head crack for his wham! It's like Dimitri is just bludgeoning the shit out of this guy's head, and he falls face first on the stairs. He falls prone. All right.
Tabe puts her foot on his head.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say. I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay.
Nice guy.
My fucking gold. Okay. It's this guy's turn. He's going to move. Runs over. Okay, cool. You can make it.
What's the
He runs
speed?
over to 35. So he runs over to Appo. And he pulls out his cutlass. And it's a plus. Let's see. +5.
He's gonna hit me, bro.
15 to hit.
Oh, it just hits me.
All right. 4 points of damage to you as he just kind of like pulls out this rusty-looking scimitar and he goes, "You're a fucking dead man," and just kind of slashes at you a little bit. It doesn't cut super deep. Kind of cuts you through your arm a little bit, kind of where your ripped patches, and that's about it. Okay. Next up, it's the guy who Dimitri smashed in his head. He gets up and he goes, "You fucking bitch! You wanted all the girls to yourself!" And he turns around and he pulls a blade, and he stands up and he pulls a blade. He slashes at you, Dimitri. .23 to hit.
23. That's
Yeah.
it.
Okay. So you take 7 points of slashing damage. You just kind of like carves like kind of up in where your neck is a little bit by your collarbone and sinks in, and you just see his broken tooth smile. He's got like this kind of aqua blue skin. Like these guys are all Tritons, like Appo. So they got these like this bluish skin, but they just look like shit though. Okay, next up it's this guy. He's gonna go run up to Appo and he goes, "You're really a dead man," and slashes at you. 16.
Yeah, that hits me. Fuck.
9 points of slashing damage.
Ugh.
And he goes, "Oh, I can't wait to tell the captain I killed dead Fog Appo." All right, next up, Appo, it's your turn.
I am going to cast Fog Cloud
Okay.
around me. I think it's 20 feet.
Okay.
Around me, it becomes. I am going to just haul ass this way 30 feet.
Okay, you kind of vault over the table. As you kind of move past the fog cloud, they hear your footsteps moving, and they both pirates make attacks of opportunity against you with disadvantage.
Advantage, yep.
First roll, second roll, third roll, and fourth roll. So that's 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 on the first one, and then 9 on the second. I think the 12 hits you, right?
15 is my armor class.
15? Okay, so you hear like the blades kind of as they take another slashes towards you. and you take no damage. That's your turn, right?
Yes, unfortunately.
Okay. This guy, he's going to move 30 feet, 35 feet. He's going to move out of the fog cloud, and he's going to throw a dagger in your direction.
Jesus.
And he just kind of pulls the dagger off his belt and just goes, "You're not getting away," and hurls it towards you. It's 15.
Damn it.
8 points of piercing damage.
Ugh. Yeah, I'm looking over at Auka right now, like, help me.
Okay. Jonesy is literally just like, "Stop fucking fighting in my bar! I don't want anyone to fucking die in my bar! I don't want blood on my floors! You know how hard it is to clean that shit!" And he's very overwhelmed, and he's just kind of like, hands are up, like, "Ugh!" Tave, you're up.
Tave says, "Don't worry. If there's any blood on the floor, we'll clean it for you." But she sort of dances around towards the doorway.
Okay.
And
What's your movement speed?
it's 30, I think, or 20. They keep switching. Yeah, it's 30.
Okay, so go down here. 30.
She'll attack this guy. I don't know. Wait.
Okay.
This guy.
Yep.
With her rapier. Great. Not hitting.
He turns and kind of gives you like a "hey" and kind of like dodges out the way. Okay.
She spits at him.
He embraces it and likes it.
Ew.
Gross.
Ohkee, it's your turn.
I'm kind of pissed off, and I see that Taves probably has that handled. So I move next to this guy. I don't know if to scale 20 feet, but
You move into the fog cloud a little bit.
oh, he's in the fog cloud.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 20 feet radius, 20 foot radius there.
Oh fuck, no, that I don't want to do that. I'll help. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'll just make my horns attack and then a bonus action to make another. My horns is an unarmed attack, so 2 unarmed attacks.
Go for it.
15 and 11.
It's both hits.
10 points.
Damn it! Wow.
Your horns sink into his torso, and you gore him to death. And like
Jesus.
blood just erupts from his bowels as his intestines and blood and gore just goes flying across the barroom floor. It showers Tave, yourself, the ground, parts of the bar, and the table behind it with gore, and he dies in agony.
Nice.
Tave flicks pieces of meat and brain off of her
Jesus.
face.
Yeah, and Jonesy's like, "Oh,
No!
you fucker!" Okay, is that your turn?
I then make my way into the fog. The rest of my speed.
Okay,
I'm
Jesus
pissed off.
fucking
I didn't want to fight, but they made.
just 2 horns down, just and then. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, Satora, it's your turn. There is there's a pirate bleeding from the head in front of you. You can do unarmed strikes.
Slap him.
Yeah, unarmed strikes typically, for everyone who doesn't know, whoever doesn't know, unarmed strikes, if you reach 0 hit points on unarmed strikes, you just become unconscious, you don't get killed.
Oh, what about horns? Because they count as unarmed strikes.
Gore somebody.
I'm going to rule that they probably gore people.
You're shoving a sharp horn to
You're
somebody.
shoving fucking horns through a guy's head. I don't know, dude.
I'm just gonna technically they're unarmed strikes.
When
He's
you
taking a
describe-
nice
you
long
described-
nap.
Yeah, you described attacking with your horns. If you describe attacking with your fists, that's different. But you specifically said you were attacking with your horns.
I'm just saying, in the thing here, it says they're unarmed attack.
Right, because you're not
You're
armed. You don't have a
right.
weapon. Your head is a weapon. Yeah, so he's not prone. He's not prone. He stood up and slashed at Dimitri in the front. All right, hit him.
No, wait, you no melee?
Okay, go for it.
Good music.
Wow, imagine typing.
Also, the only one I can see right now is Zach.
Is Zach?
All I can see is Zach. Is the only person I can see. So, hey,
So
Zach.
sad.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh no, I'm
Zach,
not.
Zach, can you see
I'm
me?
not
Yeah.
You'll have to
because
watch
it's actually
the
working.
VOD
Oh, I
later.
can see. Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Hello. It works better.
That misses. Yeah, apparently one other person in this hotel got off the internet.
Thank God.
Yeah, so you take the hand axe and you're not very familiar with it. So you kind of fumble with it a little bit at your belt, and you kind of make a haphazard swipe that he easily parries with this rapier.
Ching.
Okay. Next up, Auka.
Just gonna shake my head and be like, this again? Why? What are you fighting?
Severely bleeding
Yeah.
right now.
Trying to enjoy some fucking fried food or whatever. I'll just shoot a crossbow at the nearest one. The
This guy here is in a fog cloud.
other one, the one that's out of it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Just gonna keep chucking crossbow bolts. Occasionally healing.
The bolt sinks in about shaft deep onto his shoulder, and he kind of has blood kind of spurts out of his wound in his shoulder. And he looks angrily in your direction.
I eat some more food.
Like
Give
haven't
him
even
10
gotten
minutes on
up.
hand.
Yeah, haven't even gotten up. You're just you're like hum hum hum.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
Sar'bel. At long last, it is your turn.
Okay. So, most of the pirates are in combat. Which one of them is not too damaged, like not mortally wounded, or at least able to, like talk or something like that?
The only one who has not been damaged at all, you actually cannot see because he's in a fog cloud here. All the others have received some type of damage.
No.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay, so I'm gonna attempt to move towards the one up top by Satora and Dimitri.
Okay.
My
What's your movement speed?
35.
This is why you don't use double-sided grids, Kaylin.
Shut up.
And let's see. Do I have is it 30 feet between me and him? Ah, crap. Okay, nah.
He's a little bit up the stairs. Yeah.
No, but you can move 60 feet if it's double spacing.
Yeah, you could dash 60 feet if you'd like, but that would
No,
sacrifice your
Dude.
action.
dude, you're double squared. Like, that 30 feet is 15 feet playing double.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. This is
You're
good.
there.
This is okay. So there's definitely enough space. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to cast Charm Person on this here pirate so that we can use him for questioning.
Okay.
Good
Nice.
man.
Go for it. It's a wisdom saving throw, I believe, right?
Pirates too smart.
Oh, pirates are not smart.
I would hope not.
It's a minus 2 to the roll. Ooh,
hell.
17 on his roll.
God. Okay. Okay. So I look at my wisdom. My modifier is +1, right? So then I would just roll a d20 and add +1.
I believe it's your spell save roll for Charm Person.
Oh, okay.
So you have to scroll over to that one page where your spells are.
Where it says spell
I don't-
attack.
Yes.
Yeah.
This would be the spell DC, I
It'd
think.
be
Right?
your spell DC.
Oh, so 13. So I would add
13,
13
okay.
to whatever I roll.
No. So your spell DC, as long as he rolls above a 13, he saves, and he did.
Oh.
So he rolled
rip.
So he rolled a little higher. Actually, he rolled higher. So it wasn't that because he was more wise. It was more because he was essentially just trying to not get killed by a giant axe from Satora cleaving in his face.
And he's pretty drunk.
So he's also really, really drunk. So it's yeah, he has that kind of liquid bravado wisdom. You know,
He's a drunken master.
he's a drunken master. So he kind of your spell goes off and it kind of has no effect on him. But he kind of like looks a little bewildered. He's like, what? What was that? That felt a little funny. Okay, next up, Dimitri.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try and
You're back here,
humiliate this
actually.
guy. Yeah.
Does Dimitri have advantage because he is distracted by the weird shit that has happened?
No.
Damn.
I'm gonna try and embarrass this dude he's on the stairs, right?
Yeah.
Just like grabbing him by the legs and tossing him down the stairs and kicking him down the stairs.
Go ahead and give me a strength check, please. We'll do a strength contest of him resisting to not get thrown down the stairs.
By a fucking tortoise.
Oh.
So you kind of look a little dazed for a second from the spell going off, and you just see the opportunity. You just kind of grab his ankle, and just toss his ass ragdoll down the stairs over Satora's head, and just kind of ends up kind of rolling onto the ground over here and rolling over here a little bit. He falls about 20. He falls about 20 feet, so he's gonna make a dexterity saving throw to see if he takes full damage or not. Okay, he takes half. He lands on his feet, but his pants still do fall down. So he's still. he's like ha, and just
I laugh.
It falls down a little bit.
Satora lets out a really loud ha.
Just, ha! Okay, cool. Do you want to move at all?
Do I want to move?
Yeah.
No, not this turn. No.
Okay. So it's this guy's turn here. He's in the fog cloud. He's going to exit the fog cloud by circling 10, 20 feet here towards the Minotaur.
Minotaur!
He looks a little intimidated, but he's also really drunk, so he's going to swing for you as well.
No.
19?
Makes it, breaks it.
Makes it, breaks it.
Wow, you have an armor class of 19.
But...
Damn.
No, I don't.
Oh,
I rolled a 14, right?
It was
No,
plus.
it's a 14 plus 5. I don't have macro set up for these guys.
Okay, well, I'm going to use... No, I can't, just use a bonus action to spend 1 key point to dodge. I can't use that as a reaction, can I?
You cannot use that as a reaction. No, you have to set that up as a bonus action yeah, at first.
Okay, fair enough. I'll take that.
Okay, so it's 9 points of damage to you.
What?
I'll roll max damage.
Okay. I look pretty angry.
Next up, this guy. He's got no pants on, but he's
His
trying to make the
movement
best of it.
speed is half.
Yeah, his movement speed is half, so he's trying to make the best of a bad situation, and he's got no pants on, but he sees a lady in front of him, so he's gonna walk up to the lady.
Damn her.
Have you ever seen a goat?
And he goes, you must have charmed me to make my pants fall down. I don't like that. Ah! And he just goes to slash you with the scimitar.
Let's see. Can I
Oh,
like
well.
retaliate?
It's against your armor class. It's
Okay, so
8 against your AC. I don't think that will probably break it.
so I just read off my armor class. I have a 13.
Yep. So he rolled an 8, so he does not break your armor class.
Nice.
So you're good. Okay. Next up, this guy's
Sar'bel
dead.
groans at him.
He's dead, so I can remove him. Appo, it's your turn.
Alright, how hurt is this guy looking?
He's looking unhurt.
And how hurt is this guy looking?
He's a little fucked up.
How long does that fog cloud?
It's an hour. I think it's an hour of
Jesus.
concentration though.
Alright.
Yeah, it's concentration, so I can actually like just dispel that if I want to.
Oof.
Is that my action if I just if it's an action if I
It is
dispel
not.
that?
No, you simply just stop concentrating on it.
Yeah, so I just stop concentrating on that one.
We'll say
And
it's a bonus
then-
action.
Okay, so can I,
So
if
now
I
you
hit
have
him,
you have a clear view of him now.
I'm gonna shoot for this guy, and with my crossbow, and
That hits.
to hit, and so he's engaged. Actually, that's advantage too, because he's engaged.
Yes.
Sneak attack. Whatever. I was hoping for that natural 20. All right, so I got 1d6 plus that. So I'm gonna roll the crossbow damage, which is this. Sneak attack damage, which is that. So it's 15 points of damage.
Oh. Okay. You actually get him in the skull, and it kind of like, you've seen those like news stories of like the guys who like fall on their drills or like fall off ladders and impale their brains but still survive, but they're really fucked up. That's kind of what it looks like. He's got a bolt through like passing through part of his skull, but somehow he's still fucking standing. I don't really know.
Damn it! I
Phineas
was hoping he'd
Gage,
be
the
dead.
pirate.
Ugh.
The adrenaline.
Shit. Well, I can't send my one-liner then.
Okay, is that your turn?
Yeah, and then I'm just gonna sort of move closer to Auka. Because again, I'm bleeding to like death right now.
Okay, fine.
I'm very bloody.
You move
So
with
yeah,
Auka. Okay. It's this guy's turn. He's looking like he's kind of eyeing the room. Him and his friends are kind of getting really fucked up. And his kind of alcohol bravado is fading, and he begins dashing towards the door.
Stop him!
Stop him!
The door is like, yeah, like there.
Like a
That's a really shitty
French
door, but
opening door.
we'll try this again. My internet's really slow, so it's really laggy.
That window, double window pane.
There's the door. Okay.
Jeez.
So he runs. Actually, he's gonna dash. He's gonna dash for the door, and you see him pass through the door, and then he passes through. So I'll leave him over here.
No.
Over here. He passes through. He goes. As he's running out, he goes, "Oh, fuck you all! Wait till the captain hears of this!" And poof, burst through the door out into the night.
What? Fuck that.
He
Well,
dashed.
Yeah, I'm doing
All
the
right.
same thing.
Tave, your turn.
I can't run that fast.
Yeah, I mean he's off screen now. He's out.
gone.
He's gone out the door. Yeah, I mean
Well,
you guys
shit.
murdered. He saw a giant Minotaur gore his friend to death. His other friend got smacked in the head and thrown down the stairs. Like the other one's getting like shot in the head with a fucking crossbow. Like it's looking bad for them. He's like, fuck this, I'm out. Like I don't want to deal with this. So he's gone. So Tave, what are you doing?
Well.
Kill the one that's already still fighting, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. Which one of these guys looks worse for the wear?
This guy for sure. He's got a crossbow bolt sticking out of his head.
Who? Wait, I didn't see a ping.
This one here.
Oh. Okay, Tave's gonna run over to him. Here, I guess.
Or it's halved, I think, the squares, so you can probably make it to him.
Oh, okay. And then she's gonna attack.
Okay, go for it.
Nice. 18.
That hits.
And she does 8 points of damage.
How would you like to do this?
I'm gonna take my rapier and stab him right up through his jaw, through the top of his skull.
Ooh.
Rough.
It pops the bolt out of his head as your rapier pokes it out. And blood just fountains out of the top of his head. Again, coating you and Ohkee in blood and gore like before. 2
Your
for
voice
2.
saying, "Save the bolt!"
Josie's like, oh, fucking stop! Chill the fuck out! Okay.
Oh, sorry, sir. We'll clean it up. Don't worry.
Ohkee, it's your turn.
I'm going to run to this table, so 15
Okay.
feet.
Yep.
I'm going to throw the fucking table at this fire.
Oh my god, okay.
Oh my god, yes.
Go ahead and make an unarmed make a strength roll, please.
Alright, so 20 plus my modifier.
Or just do like an unarmed strike. So like your attack roll, so be like
Alright, so
yeah,
then
consider it unarmed.
only count this first roll, not the second roll.
Okay.
So a 15 to hit.
15, okay. So yeah, you pick it up and you hurl it. Go ahead and give me a dexterity check, please. And that'll gauge how much damage you do. How accurate are you gonna hit it with the table?
13.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me. What's your normal unarmed attack?
It's technically a 2d4 plus 2.
Okay, so go ahead and roll me go ahead and roll me 2d6.
2d6 plus my strength modifier then for my unarmed.
Sure.
11 points of table damage.
All right. So, this poor guy, was bludgeoned in the head with a hammer, and then thrown down the stairs, depantsed, and then he looks over and poof, like a fucking table just knocks his ass out, and he just goes sprawling to the ground. And he lays prone, and he just kind of lays there.
Is he still alive?
He's still alive, barely.
Alright, so then I use the rest of my move, run over on top of him.
Yep.
I take my bonus action to just pummel him. Only count the first roll here. So fucking 23 to hit him.
Definitely hits.
I'm going to, I guess my unarmed would be a 1d, so 2d4 plus 2. And then I'm also going to use my leaping plant E to do an extra 4 points of fire damage on top of him. So he just like
really did.
So Jonesy jokes over as Tave slices this guy up in the head, and then he's like, no, stop, please killing people in my bar. And then Ohkee just looks over and goes, poof, boom, 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 poof, and then just runs over, boom, 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 and you see this flaming strike come down, and just his brains splatter across the floor. Blood and gore erupts, and he's like, wait. Oh!
So much for interrogation.
And gore goes splattering, and you pummel him so much that you actually separate his spinal column, and bits of bones, fragments are flying out, and you actually are just punching him so much that you actually dislocate and punch off one of his arms in the process. So he is headless, and one arm is laying in a bloody pulp, and you've actually punched a hole into the floor, and it is smoldering in cinders. The smell of like burning flesh kind of envelops the bar, and you just look over at Jones, and he's just like, what the fuck just happened in my fucking bar? And he just looks absolutely mortified.
I'm gonna roll an intimidation check.
You don't need to.
I'm going to anyways.
Please be in
If I
that
don't
one.
need to, then I don't need to. I won't.
No, you guys have all sufficiently terrified the barkeep.
I'm gonna walk over to the guy who's dead with my bolt in his face and pick up my bolt.
I'm gonna.
Okay. You pick up your bolt.
Yeah, I pick up my bolts too. Want my 2
I'm gonna give
bolts back.
Ohkee a fist bump.
Satora's gonna walk
His
over
hand's
to
still
the.
hot, like it burns you when you touch his hand.
You see that Jonesy is now like cowering behind the bar, and is like terrified.
Satora walks over and channels the good season of autumn, knowing that her party meant only the best of intentions. So
Mhm.
I gain
But yeah, try explaining that to this guy.
I gain the cantrip of friends, so I cast friends on him.
Oh gosh.
How long? Okay, wait. I looked this up real quick.
It's okay, man. You're fine. Don't worry
Heck,
about it.
listen.
Oh my god.
Listen.
It only lasts 1 minute. You know.
Yeah,
that,
I'm gonna
right?
be like, it's
Walk
gonna be
fast.
okay. Satora's gonna calm him down as much as possible and convince him that the party's gonna take care of it, and you don't have to do anything. We're gonna fix it up.
After I got my bolt, Appo
And I
runs
have
out
like
the door.
Chiipi's in my hand, and he's like
Okay.
squeaking
So
really
he fails.
cutely.
So he fails to save, and so he goes. You touch him, and he just goes, "Oh, I'm so glad you're here. They were such a problem in my bar, and I'm so glad you took care of this." And he seems to kind of have opened up to you for a little bit.
Yay.
I'm just gonna console him as much as possible. I'm gonna tell him we're gonna take care of it.
Okay.
And I'm gonna kind of like show him back to his room and like kind of tuck him into bed and like fluff his pillow a little bit.
Okay,
Like, help him rest.
it only lasts 1 minute.
Yeah, I'm
so
gonna
as
really
you're-
speed up this minute. I'm gonna like console him as I'm walking him to his
He
room.
goes, no, it's okay. I'm not tired. You know, I'm
it's
so
only-
Make a persuasion check with advantage because you're friends with him.
Jesus.
All right. I think that's just a regular ass D20, boys. Here we go. +0. Oh,
Ooh.
that's a good one. Let's see. That's 7, 8.
Okay, so you kind of like lean him in the back room, and he goes, oh, you know, right? I'm really tired. Like, it's been a long day, and you kind of just like lay down in bed and put the covers over him. You're like, okay, can I click and clunk and close the door and come back out?
The bed.
Give him a quick
And then,
little like
you're-
kiss on the
you're-
forehead and like close the door. Just, like slam it.
And then you come back outside, and then a few moments pass, and all of a sudden you hear this boom, 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 boom. Get the fuck out of my bar! It's like he has come to and realized that you have cast a spell on him, and you have murdered people in his bar, and he's like get the fuck out! Like, you have caused so much fucking problems.
Fuck. We just took care of his worst enemy.
Well, would you like to try and persuade him not to kick you out of the bar?
Hey man, these people were causing problems for you for 4 days apparently. You need to respect us a little bit. I realize we maybe punched a hole in your floor and got some blood and maybe some brains, maybe some intestines a
Tell him
little
we'll
bit.
fix
He
it.
goes, stop, I get it,
But
I
I
can
told
see
you
it,
we'll
it's right
take
in
care
front
of
of me.
it. We'll pay for it. We'll clean it. We'll do whatever it takes.
He goes,
Like,
you
worry.
don't understand. One of them got away. There'll be more. They'll be back.
They won't be back here. They'll be after us.
Kaylin, question.
Yeah.
Order. Even though the guy left the door, he was technically after me in initiative order. So like, if I could have ran out, could I have seen him and shot him or not?
Not at this point. Because you didn't do that.
You can certainly try.
You can run out there now if you'd like.
He's gone.
Nope, not from what you just
Hell,
said.
gone.
You can go try and find him if you'd like, but he's had a few minutes of a head start in front of you.
Come on.
Um,
I'm still bleeding a lot.
yeah, so Tave, go ahead and give me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
What?
He's just been realized that he's been magically charmed to be your friend, and knows that this party is trying to influence him on his
Man,
decisions.
fuck.
Oh no.
And he goes, you can't protect my bar forever. They'll be back, and they want vengeance. They've already started trouble in this town, and now you've just brought a hailstorm upon us. You're not welcome in my bar anymore.
Maybe we should go to the root of the problem.
Appo looks over
He
and says,
goes,
good luck with that.
what are you suggesting?
Make friends with all the pirates, of course.
Oh.
Well, if you're friends with pirates, then you're no friend of mine.
Question.
Tave
Was the other
scoffs.
pirate like injured as he ran out?
He was slightly injured, yes.
Why don't we
Let's
check
track
to see
him.
if he left a trail. Yeah, exactly. See if he left
Yes.
something behind.
Wolves
Except
run
blood.
outside.
All right.
Okay,
Everyone
anyone
runs
else?
outside.
Is anyone looking? Okay, so who's checking for a trail?
I heard
Tave
that.
runs the fuck out.
I'll say anyone. I'll say select one person to check for a trail of blood, and that one person gets to roll a survival check with advantage.
Okay, listen.
Get the best survival.
Can
I've not. Not me.
do it, and also have Chiipi search along with me?
I'll say. Well, you already have people. You already have your rest of your party helping you, so you already have advantage on the
Oh,
roll.
we're still gonna have only one. Are we gonna have one person do it or not?
One person is selected to roll. That person, however, gets to roll with advantage.
Gotcha. So part
So
two.
whoever you would like, whoever
is
you
if
would like
to
I
to
can
roll.
use
Satora
Chiipi
get
to
the best.
search and roll a nature check.
Survival check, please.
That's it.
No, you
That's
roll
not
with advantage.
Advantage.
Oh.
There you
Okay.
go.
Better.
You spot some specks of blood on the floorboards leading out into the alleyway. So you guys are all tearing out after this guy.
I want to try and look through the like smoldering corpse pile
Okay.
for the 2 gold.
You find that he only has 3 copper on him.
Wow.
Take it.
That's all the money he had. Yeah. Okay. So is anyone saying anything to the barkeep as you guys are running out?
I'll give him the 3
gonna-
copper.
Tave's gonna put a few gold coins on the counter for him.
How many?
3.
Okay, mark off 3, and his eyebrows kind of go up as you do this, and he goes, so are you serious about cleaning up this mess? You're rooting it out from the from where it came from?
Well, we're not gonna physically clean up the blood and brains on the floor, but we will solve your problem.
He goes, well, the 3 gold will help me cover that, and the repairs to my bar, and PTSD damages to my brain. But,
Tave's gonna pat him on the shoulder and go help everyone
if you can,
else.
if you can clear out where these guys came from, then perhaps we can continue with our agreeable partnership.
Tave says, we'll see what we can do, sir. Sorry for the inconvenience.
And you see him just pull a bottle of whiskey off the bar, pull a glass out on the table, opens the bottle of whiskey, and then just drinks from the bottle.
She says, bye.
He doesn't. He's like, ooh, like no response. He's just drinking.
Oh.
Okay, so you guys bust out.
We're busting out, yeah. Looking for
Busting
the alleyway.
out.
You guys are busting out into the alleyway. You guys spill out, and there's you guys are back in the open courtyard of the Shi. So if you see on the map, you see where the keel hall is. You guys are kind of right by that market area. As you guys make outside, I'd like someone to again roll me a survival check to see if you can find the blood.
Satora, did you run outside or? not
Yeah, I'm
yet?
outside. Do you want me to roll again?
Yeah. I mean,
Yes,
I'm
please.
assuming you're the best survival.
With advantage or no?
Yeah.
Do we all have advantage?
We'll say with advantage because everyone's checking.
Okay. So no, we're doing the one person rolls.
One person rolls with
with
advantage.
Oh,
20.
natural 20. Hell yes.
Well, guess you're the
Oh,
one
nice.
rolling
Okay.
with advantage.
So Satora, you and Chiipi, kind of tear ass, and you guys run southeast through the open market, through a bunch of boardwalks. Every so often you see this nice little blood splatter on the ground. With a natural 20, you get all the way over towards shoreside, to the final dock, and you see where it appears that there are splashes across the dock of where it appears that someone has jumped into the water.
Man.
And it appears like they're going southeast of town.
Okay, are you with us?
At this point, anyone who is on the dock, please give me a perception check, please.
That is 18 for me.
For me, it's 11.
I'm following the trail.
16.
7.
Okay, Appo, you're the only one who sees, but you can make out in the distance on the southeastern shore, maybe a couple hundred yards down, away from town. You see the silhouette of a small boat, that's kind of been pulled up onto shore.
I'm gonna ask, is Auka with us right now?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna turn to him and say, hi. I'm gonna go get him, but I'm bleeding. Can I have a little help here? And I'm asking you for a little health.
I look you over a few times, just like, yeah. I just kind of put a clawed finger to your forehead and cast. Oh, cool! I have second level spells now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Cure wound at the second level. See what that
Sure.
does.
I don't have any spells.
Sar'bel, what kind of character are you?
Warlock, half elf,
Warlock. Nice. Okay.
and the background is an acolyte.
So
Necromancy from
another
that picture.
spellcaster.
That's good.
I'm a clan crafter. I'm actually friends with dwarves, proficient in stone masonry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I befriended the dwarves a long time ago.
What'd you roll, Gray?
Carried their rocks for them.
Very nice.
What did Gray? Because once Auka heals me, I'm gonna jump into the water and dash after the boat.
So go ahead and roll for health, please, Gray.
Yep, I'm doing that. All right, you get 12.
Yes, sir. All right, Appo's jumping in the water and dashing after the boat, but he's gonna do it stealthily, so he doesn't know he's coming up on him.
Stealthily splash.
Okay, give me a
Looks
stealth
like
check
a
to
Triton.
dive into the water.
It's a water, man.
I'll
Stealth
say
check?
because you're a Triton, you actually get to roll a stealth check for jumping in the water. You don't get advantage, but you get the opportunity to actually be stealthy.
I'll take that.
Okay, so you just see Appo just kind of dive headfirst off the dock and just kind of
I do a
And
fucking
makes-
cannonball.
Dash
makes-
after the boat. Yeah.
okay. So you guys make so Appo, you make your way over towards shore. Everyone else, what are you guys doing?
I cannonball into the water.
Okay, so Appo, your head breaks the surface and you hear this skabloosh behind you as this giant Minotaur leaps off the dock behind you.
Satora
I'll
like
go-
runs up to the edge and then like stops at the very edge and just looks into the water and nope, backs up, stays right there.
Okay.
Tave's not gonna jump in either. She'll stand next to Satora.
Okay.
I made his character.
Everyone else?
I'll fly. Just gonna fly over them.
Okay, you alight from the dock and kind of trail them behind them as they swim through the water.
Is this boat made to shore yet, or
What was that?
shore, or is it still like within the water kind of thing, like making
The
like
boat
on
is the boat has been pulled onto the bank. It is not. You can see that it's empty. You can see that.
Do I see him at all?
Nope.
Is there any other way to get on the boat?
The boat is essentially moored to the dock, like a very small dock, about 300 yards down, to the southeast. You guys are on one of the docks that leads right by the mangroves. You can disembark the dock and get into the mangrove forest and make your way through the forest itself towards the kind of southern part of town where the salt flats open up again. And then you can make your way by land to the boat area if you'd like. However, making your way through the mangroves is a much slower process.
Nothing's slow to me.
Same here. So as I'm swimming, I'm gonna.
Sar'bel will decide to follow Ohkee because she's not familiar with any of the other companions that she just met.
Okay, so you jump in the water too?
Yep. Let's do it.
Okay. Sar'bel jumps in the water after Ohkee. Very nice.
I'm gonna swim towards the boat and then sort of like Navy SEAL status, like just poke my head just above the water and see what I can see.
Okay, give me another stealth check, please.
Healthy check.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So you very much Navy SEALs, like you come up right underneath a bunch of different kind of aquatic plants, and they kind of drape over your eyes as you kind of poke your head up, just
What
whoosh,
the
and you eye up, and you're pretty much completely invisible.
Have you ever seen like a little kid trying to learn to swim? Splashing hard all over the place.
Like
Yeah.
a doggy paddle with hooves.
That's what Ohkee's doing. He's just fucking kicking his feet hard, just kicking water up everywhere.
So Appo, you kind of, SEAL Team 6 it up to the bank, and you hear this sploosh, splash, 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 splash,
Hey,
splash.
that's a distraction for me, man. That makes it even better.
Jesus
Yeah,
fucking
you guys do make it to shore, and Sar'bel, you're kind of following Ohkee, I imagine. So you all three end up making it to shore.
Am I throwing off a wake?
Yeah, there's a little bit of froth.
Nice.
If you make it to shore, please give me a perception check.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make a perception check from the air. No. Because I'm a bird.
15. Okay.
Dick. Rude.
Rude. 9? I got a 9. I have +1 perception.
Okay.
Got a 2.
Shut up, Auka.
Auka, you get a bug in your eye mid-flight. It takes everything you can to not fall from the air while this bug is in your eye. Ohkee and Appo, you guys both look up, and from the kind of the bank, you see that there's this one, a few skiffs that have been pulled up to the bank side, and they're left unattended, but looks like they've been recently used. You can see kind of off in the distance a little bit into the kind of salt marsh area. There's a bit of open ground that kind of extends its way to the left, whereas the mangrove jungle kind of wraps its way around in this large kind of bowl shape to the right. You do make out the silhouettes of a few different tents that are set up there, as well as a small, low, smoldering campfire. Also to your left, you notice there are a bunch of crab pots and lobster pots that have been like stacked up on the bank next to you, and emptied of all their contents.
It's like almost like a barrier kind of thing.
No, not necessarily. It looks like they've just kind of been stacked while they're not in use, but they are covered in plant material and might have been in use recently.
Do I see anybody walking around the campsite?
Give me a perception check. It's kind of hard to make out. It's the campfire is very low. It has kind of gotten late in the night, and any kind of large roaring flames have kind of subsided. Or a small smoldering pile. You make out the tents, you make out the silhouettes of the tents, but you can't really make out if you can see any characters or people around.
Yeah.
And the kind of sounds of the swamp and the marsh and the crickets are a little too loud to make out if you can hear any voices from where you are. So as you guys begin to formulate your plan, so Appo, Ohkee, and Sar'bel are all kind of making their way up the bank from this muddy pasture. Auka is circling overhead, trying to get the bug out of her eye, but eventually clears it out and kind of flies down low to perch in some of the mangroves above where you guys are sitting at. The mud is kind of slick and slimy, very sulfurous smelling, and then Satora, Tave, and Dimitri, you guys are all remaining on the dock, watching your party kind of make their way down the bankside, almost getting out of sight. It's nighttime, so you pretty much can't see them anymore. And as you kind of formulate what to do next, that's where we're gonna end it for tonight.
All right.
Right.
Dang.
Damn it, you got away, bastard.
Shoot some crossbow bolts at him randomly.
Into the tents, just randomly into the tents.
Yep. If you
Shoot
hear a
them out of
scream,
some
then you
tents.
did good.
Let's just rush in there. We have a 14-foot Minotaur.
Seriously.
Yep.
Yeah. I wasn't feeling this.
Oh, that face he froze on. That's a good face.
A little frozy boy. It's funny how Garrett's been freezing, but I'm not, and I'm like up a floor higher than him.
You
You
should
guys
have.
are in the same hotel?
Yeah, we're in the same hotel. He's like literally like downstairs from me right
What are
now.
you doing?
You should
We're
have
up in
come up into
Boston
your room.
doing field work for work.
Oh, fun.
So apparently having the cameras on screws with the Discord. So I'll just
You're
look at all
using
your
too
old.
much bandwidth.
Too much bandwidth.
Thanks,
True.
hotel people. Right.
Fun stuff.
Fun
No
stuff,
XP,
gang.
I assume.
We killed some people.
Alright.
Yeah, was there any leveling up here or any XP of Snorts?
Yeah, you guys gained some XP for sure. I would say that probably didn't level up.
Right, it's a
I wouldn't
long
consider
fight.
that a milestone of murdering mercilessly some guys, some drunk guys at a bar. Even if
Man,
they are pirates.
They're past. It's my past, man. It's catching up to me.
What
Also,
if
also 8 of you versus
grind
4
some fucking
pirates. Not
pirate?
much of a fair fight. So
Had it coming.
you guys kind of fuck these guys up. But,
Can we spend like 3 sessions grinding low tier pirates to get up some levels?
I mean, hey, this you guys have the maps, so wherever you guys want to go, you guys can go. Like this is a completely fleshed out, open environment. Everything in the Epinfell coastline I have written for, so feel free to not feel restricted to wherever you are. But as for now, as a you guys have
8-hour mark.
definitely caused a stir. That's for sure. It's not been a quiet entry, if that's
Came in like frat
So-
boys and left like
guys
man,
walked in like a
no.
big dick in a locker room and exited the same. So.
The same way.
Yeah.
Y'all better duck.
We
'cause I don't
badass.
wanna-
Buy some beers for the whole bar. Oh, some dudes causing trouble? Let's fucking kick their ass.
Hey, dude, they fucking had it coming, my man.
Sounds about right.
They asked for
Sounds
it.
about right. Hey, yeah. So cool. Yeah. But yeah, good session. Glad everyone was able to make it.
Profugo literally did nothing. He just sat there
He
drinking
literally
one
drank the
beer for
entire
3
time.
He drank,
hours.
it
He's
was
one of those customers who gets one beer and sits there drinking the same beer for 3 hours.
he nursed a single glass of
Yes.
wine for like
That's it.
8
Yes.
hours.
A wine.
Beautiful, dude.
A prosecco.
Hopefully he'll be here in reality next week.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. That should be it for the weeks that he's actually fucking working on Tuesdays. I don't know what happened. But whatever. Luckily nothing too crazy happened this time, so he didn't miss much.
Yeah, not too much.
Besides, the guy's spine like coming out of him. That was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, beating the shit out of him. I mean, he had 4 health left, and he's like, "Oh, I'll punch him twice, and I'll add flame attack to that." I'm like, Jesus Christ! All right, that's fucking overkill.
He's fucking dead.
Yeah. But Sergio, thanks for jumping in and playing, and hope you had a good first session.
Yeah, it was good. Definitely be here for the next one.
Hell yeah, sounds good. Yeah, so
Good,
same
yay.
time next Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
7 o'clock, 7:30 hard.
Yeah,
start.
so 7:30. Yeah, I get on Discord at 7. Most people usually kind of hop on and then hard start 7:30. But yeah, looking forward to having everyone jump in next week.
Dude, hell yeah.
See what you guys do with these pirate boys.
I'm gonna smack him up.
Gonna smack them up. Hell yeah, and I'm excited. All right, guys,
Hey.
good
Alright,
session.
dude. I'll catch you next week.
Alright.
See you guys
Have
next
If
a good
time.
night.
anyone wants to
everyone.
play my
Night.
sessions, just let me know in the chat. Like literally, I'll DM whenever. I don't have to
Yeah.
have it that day.
Also, Sergio, if you could just write like a really brief character background. I don't know if you sent it to me or not. I haven't been able to check my email, but like just kind of basic goals and that kind of stuff. Feel free to email it to me or Google Drive it to me, and I'll make sure I get that up there and read it for you.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, like just kind of basic anything like along the lines of where you came from, any basic goals or aspirations, why you're coming to this new land, yeah, that kind of stuff. And feel free to ask me or Adrian for any more details on that.
Cool. No problem. I will definitely get on that. This is
Cool, cool. Yeah, sounds good. All right, guys. Well, guys, I'll see you guys next week.
Alrighty,
Yeah.
dude. Thank you
Yeah.
much.
All right. Peace out.
Night.
Bye,
Good night.
everybody.
Night.
Good night.
Fraggle, fraggle. Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Bro, night. I have to close out several windows.
Night.
Good night.
Ah. All right.